Welcome to Sports Jam!
Everybody get up, it's time for sports now.
We got a real show going down.
Welcome to the Sports Jam.
So it's your chance, talk and rant.
It's the Sports Jam.
All right.
Cut.
Hey man, you can't get any better than that.
All right, welcome to the Sports Jam, AM 1230, WJOB. I am Mike Zajac,
I'm Joe O'Rourke.
and today is Monday, July 8th. How did your 4th of July weekend go?
It went all right. We went to our family lake house for the weekend. Went up on Thursday on the 4th. We watched the fireworks from the pontoon boat in the middle of the lake. So people were actually shooting the fireworks practically at us,
Nice.
but over our head, obviously. And that was pretty cool because we've never done that. Usually we just watch it from the shore. So that was pretty interesting. And then the weather was cloudy. So, I mean, we swam and boated and stuff, but the summer's been pretty terrible,
Right.
so we didn't have any truly nice days out on the water. That's pretty much it. What about you?
Well, 4th of July, I was just at a friend's house. Over the weekend, I went to a wedding down at Purdue. My friend got married.
Were you in it?
I was not.
Ooh, ouch.
It's all right.
If you're listening out there.
I'm young. I still got time. Also, Sunday, I went to my cousin's grad party, so
Is that a blast?
it was.
Play some bags? You any good at bad?
No, I ate a lot of food, and that was about it.
No bag toss?
No,
Ooh, man.
there was not.
That's my favorite. It's my favorite graduation time event.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
just going and hustling bags at other places.
Get tournaments started and all that.
Oh, yeah. Just hustle everybody. All right, so let's talk some Cubs and Sox this weekend. The Sox got swept by Tampa. They scored 4 runs in the 3-game series against the Rays. 4 runs. That's it. That is garbage.
It's not good.
Chris Sale pitched on Saturday to a 3-0 loss. He pitched really well. 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. He's been striking out a lot of guys recently. I think 4 of his last 5 starts, he struck out 9 or more. He struck out 13 a few weeks ago, 12 after that. He's been dealing. But despite all that dealing, he's been 5-8 on the season. He has a 2.78 ERA, almost a 5 strikeouts per walk ratio, and a whip under 1, but he's 5-8, which just proves once again how useless pitching win-loss records are. They're just, 5-8. He's
Right.
dominating
He's
the
not
season.
gonna get it done.
One of the best pitchers in the AL, but he's 5-8. That's not his fault. He actually has the worst runs per game support in all of baseball. He gets 2.34 runs per game from his team. Worst of any pitcher.
Wow.
They just cannot hit. Every
Yeah.
time he's up there, they just cannot hit. But bright spot this weekend, Josh Fegley, he's a catcher. He got called up over the weekend. He's born in Terre Haute. He actually went to school at IU.
Yep.
He was a first-round pick in 2009 by the White Sox. In AAA this season at Charlotte, he was hitting .316 with 15 home runs. I talked about him a couple weeks ago, saying that he was dominating. Hopefully they'll call him up soon. They did, and in his 2 games this weekend, he hit his first career home run off David Price, by the way, and he knocked in 3 out of those 4 runs this weekend.
Is he a keeper?
I think so. I don't think he's going to be an all-star.
All right.
He could be, I suppose, but I think he could be a solid major league player that may bounce around a few teams. A backup for sure, and maybe starting at some places.
I saw a little bit Friday night of him. He looked pretty solid.
He's a little catcher. He's only
Yeah.
5'10", and
Yeah.
he's a little pudgy.
Yep. Oh, look at Pudge Rodriguez. Short guy, low pudgy.
There you go. So I think him and Tyler Flowers are going to be a strict platoon this season because Flowers has obviously been awful.
Right.
And actually, they're both righties, but I think they're just going to go back and forth and see who can hit better.
Yeah.
And hopefully this will kick Flowers in the butt a little bit now that Fegley got called up.
Yeah, with their horrible record, you got to look to the future anyway. So.
The Cubs beat the Pirates 2 out of 3 games this weekend.
Yeah, yesterday they win 4-3 over Pittsburgh in 11 innings. Starling Marte hit a game-tying home run off Kevin Gregg in the 9th. It was Gregg's second blown save and 17 chances on the year.
That kid is good, Starling Marte.
He is. But Cubs ended up winning. Diana Navarro sac fly in the 11th wins it for the Cubs. Scott Harrison also had a solo home run in the 8th to give the Cubs a lead.
And what did he get for hitting that home run?
He got traded to the Washington Nationals for a minor league pitcher named Ivan
Pinheiro?
Pinheiro. That's what I'm going with.
I'm guessing Pinheiro.
21-year-old right-hander. He went 6-3 on the year, 3.24 ERA. I know Jed Hoyer really likes this guy. He wanted him from the beginning. I mean, he was recruiting this kid when he was like 17, 18 years old.
Yeah, he's a 20-year-old 6'1" righty. He's done very well in low A and high A this season. He was only ranked, I believe, 27th on the Nationals' top 30 prospects this season.
Right.
But, I mean, at 21, he's only going to get better from here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you might as well. I mean, Scott Harrison was the guy that Cubs signed in February.
Yeah, he's batting 172. I mean, he's like our Adam Dunn. Batting average is low. Home runs, he's got 8 home runs, 19 RBIs. He's hitting the home runs, but he's not hitting the ball.
Yeah, these are the kind of moves that are going to help rebuild a team when Hoyer and Epstein can sign guys like in the offseason for 1-2 year deals and then trade them at the deadline for prospects. And that's a perfect way to gain new prospects, just sign and trades.
Yep, I agree.
And they're not signing these guys for 6 years because that's obviously a lot harder to move. So I think it's a good way to rebuild, just sign and trade with some mid-level guys. The Sox now have the 3rd worst record in baseball and are 4 games behind Houston, and the Cubs have the 7th worst record and are 7.5 games back of Houston. So we're making some strides. I think the Sox were about 6 games back a week ago. So we're moving on down.
Cubs still got the lead in that race, so it's all good. We got this.
Both teams will face off tonight on the south side at 7:10 start. It's a makeup game for the May 28th rainout. It will be Matt Garza, who could be traded before game time, and Hector, my boy Hector Santiago, who has a 6 screwball. Have you ever seen that?
I have not.
Yeah, you should watch the game tonight. I'll see it tonight because I'll be there.
Is that's your ticket from?
Yeah, I won the DiGiorno thing
Nice.
back in May. Went to the game on the 28th, got rained out. Saw Harlow there. That was when we were talking about Dave from Highland said Harlow won't buy drinks or whatever. So, yeah, I think Harlow might be there tonight. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully the rain subsides because
it's raining now.
Coming to work today, it seemed like it was going to be a repeat of the 28th.
Yep.
So hopefully that doesn't happen. All right, well, let's take a break real quick. When we come back from the break, we will talk about the Chicago All-Stars who were selected. I'll ask Mike about what he thinks on the All-Star voting, final vote updates, and then coming back at the end of the show, we'll have some more headlines without Sam because Stat Boy is gone apparently for the week.
I guess so. That's what he told me on Friday. He's not going to be here.
I guess he's gone.
I guess he's gone for the week. I don't know.
So we'll see him next week, maybe? I don't know.
Hopefully.
All right, you're listening to Sports Jam on WJOB AM 1230.
Welcome back to the Sports Jam, AM 1230 WJOB. I am Mike Zajac, Joe O'Rourke here. Got some news here. Festival of the Lake starts Wednesday, July 17th through July 21st. On Wednesday, Smokey Robinson. Thursday, Bruce in the USA. Friday, Lifehouse. Saturday, LL Cool J's in the house. Sunday,
LL Cool J, get at me.
Sunday, La Original Banda El Limon. For more information, go to www.festivaloftheLakes.com. LL Cool J in the house.
Awesome. You going to go to any of those?
We'll see, probably. LL Cool J, you got to go to LL Cool J, all right?
All right, let's talk some MLB All-Star teams. They were announced on Saturdays. Among those selected, Chicago boys Chris Sale, Jesse Crain, and Travis Wood of the Cubs. For Crain, this is his first All-Star appearance. His ERA this season, .74. He went 31 innings without allowing an earned run, and he also had a stretch of 29 straight appearances without letting anyone score upon him, which is a franchise record. For Travis Wood, it's also his first All-Star appearance. He's got a 2.69 ERA, a 0.98 WHIP, and a 2.42 strikeouts per walk ratio. Chris Sale, I already read his numbers earlier, 2.78 ERA. He obviously is going to make it.
Yeah.
Crane I wasn't sure about Crane because usually they just pick closers.
Right.
So picking a middle reliever is kind of a stretch. And then Travis Wood was kind of the obvious one for the Cubs.
Travis Wood, I figured he was going to make it, and Dale Swaim said, that's our all-star. I think if Scott Feldman would have been here, I think he would have been over Travis Wood.
You think so?
I think so. I mean, he had a better record. ERA wasn't as good, but I just felt Feldman was better throughout the year.
One of the notable players to make the All-Star game, Oakland pitcher and former White Sox player Bartolo Colon. Bartolo has not been an All-Star in 8 years. Back in 2005 was his last All-Star appearance when he also won his Cy Young. He's now 40 years old.
Wow.
And he's maintained his velocity that helped him win that Cy Young in 2005. He's hitting 95 on the gun this season. Not consistently, but that's his peak. He's sitting around 91, but still.
Yeah, he's had a great year with Oakland this year.
That's insane.
I mean, watched the Cubs game a couple weeks ago when he played them. I mean, Bartolo Colon was phenomenal. I mean, the Cubs ended up winning that game, but yeah, he's done a great job all year.
40 years old.
At 40, yeah.
And he's throwing 95. Reminds me of Randy Johnson, who was hitting 94 on the gun at age 45 in 2009 with the Giants. He had a short little stint with the Giants, pitched about 100 innings. He was hitting, not consistently, again, that was his peak, 94, but still.
Yeah.
Unreal. You
That's ridiculous.
Think Bartolo's going to be here 5 more years?
You never know.
He could.
He's not in the greatest shape, but...
Well, he's never been, though.
Yeah, he hasn't.
His control is impeccable this season.
Yeah.
So, and that's like the biggest thing. If you can be with that velocity and that control, and you're 40,
right?
I think you can do 5 more years. An update on the final vote. Who are the candidates right now for the final vote in the All-Star game?
On the National League side, you got Ian Desmond of Washington, Adrian Gonzalez of the Dodgers, Hunter Pence with the Phillies, I believe he is, and I'm surprised he was there. Yasiel Puig. Am I saying this right?
You are saying that correctly.
All right. And also one more is Freddie Freeman of the Atlanta Braves. I was really surprised Puig made the list here for the National League side.
Well, I'm not sure exactly who picks that. If it's managers or writers or players.
I think he had the most write-in votes, I believe.
Well,
so they threw him in
the
there
final
for this.
5 I know has nothing to do with the fan voting.
Right.
So I'm not sure who selects that, but, I mean, right now he's just kind of living on hype. I mean, he is having a good season, but it's only been, 30-some games?
Yeah.
Maybe 40 games?
Something like that. And then the American League side, we have...
Here's the snooze list.
Steve Delabar from Toronto. Joaquim Benoit from Detroit. Am I saying that one right?
You are.
Joaquim. David Robertson of the New York Yankees. Tanner Scheppers of the... Rangers, and I'm going to mess this one up. Koji Uhara, there you go.
Of the Red Sox.
Of the Red Sox, yes.
What a terribly boring list.
These ERAs are ridiculous.
They're all relievers.
They are, but they're pretty good.
It's just
look at these ERAs. The strikeouts are up. Their innings are down with all these strikeouts.
Well, of course their innings are down. They're relievers.
Well, I know, I understand that, but
it's boring.
You look at the strikeouts, the innings pitched. I mean, they're above 1.5.
All right.
And
so, right now, the leaders in this final vote. Did you vote for the final?
I did.
Who'd you pick?
I like to go with guys who I've never heard of or on teams that are not doing very well. Okay. So I'm going with the Toronto Blue Jays, Steve Delabar.
Okay.
Who has 57 strikeouts in 40 innings. That's pretty good. And I'm going with Freddie Freeman of Atlanta. I like Atlanta as my second favorite team other than the Cubs. And I like Freddie Freeman at first base. He's a .306 batting average, 9 home runs, and 56 RBIs.
Well, you, my friend, have voted for the top vote getter so far.
Have I? Really?
For the finalists. Freddie Freeman leads Yasiel Puig in the NL voting, and Steve Delabar of the Blue Jays lead all AL finalists.
Yeah, I know how to pick them.
You know how to pick them.
I pick the best.
Maybe there's a glitch in the system, and instead of voting 5 times, you voted like 500,000.
I thought it was a 25 vote.
That's for the regular selection, so you
Okay.
get 25, and then in the final vote, I believe it's unlimited.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I just got putting in that barcode or whatever it is there. And
you got to put in the 5-digit whatever, so that way robots don't get on there and start voting for their favorite players.
Right.
Keep all them robots out. All right, so do you normally vote for All-Stars, like in the 25-man selection?
I do not.
You do not vote at all? Have
No.
you ever?
I have in the past. I just like to do the last two guys in.
When you voted in the past, how did you do it? Honestly, or all Cubs players,
It was
or
basically all my favorite players,
right?
Which was half Cubs, and that's how it is. That's how people do it now. That's how I feel.
It's not how this guy does it.
No,
I actually didn't vote this year. I forgot, but I've always voted. I mean, except for maybe when I was like, a kid. But
yeah,
I voted the best players. I just look up all their stats, not all of them, but I look up. They usually give a brief summary, like average home runs, RBI, stolen bases for each guy.
Right.
I pick the best guys, and that's just how I do it. But I think fan voting is ruining the All-Star game if they're going to make it count for something.
right. 845-1100 is the number if you want to chime in on this. Yeah, Bryce Harper. I don't think he was doing all that great this year. He's got a 274.
He's just a hype machine right now.
That's all he is.
I mean, he's a good player, but he wasn't worthy.
No, I mean, last year he came out and just, he dominated the game,
Right.
And now the 274 batting average, that's not all-star worthy.
Do you like fan voting?
Yes and no. Yes, I think because we should have a say on who we want to see start in the All-Star game.
Should we?
I think we should, yes. But no, then, because this game does count,
Right. Which is my gripe. Do you have any ideas for how you would change it if you had that power?
I would say let's look at what the fans pick. Okay? You see
Explain.
what I'm saying? Well, let's say the fans just pick the National League, like what it is now. You look, okay, like Bryce Harper, they pick Bryce Harper. The coaches can say, or the managers, whatever, say, okay, I don't think Bryce Harper should be in the starting.
So you
and
think
put somebody else there?
managers should have veto power
Yes.
over a pick?
Yes.
Over any pick? Could they wipe out all of them?
Oh, they could wipe. Yeah, I mean, let's say fans just vote all Cubs and Sox players on there. Yeah, we want those guys out because they're no good.
All right.
See what I'm saying?
What I was talking with Sam was I think that they should keep fan voting, but the fans should vote for the top 5 first basemen, top 5 catchers, top 5, all that stuff, and then top 10 outfielders. And then from that pool of each position,
Right.
the managers, the coaches should pick the 2 guys, from each position that they want. That way, every time we see a Red Sox Yankees player at the top, they're not always deserving.
Yeah.
So that way the managers can say, all right, I see that Robinson Cano or whoever is voted the best second baseman. Maybe I want to go down the list to number 3 or 4 and take Kinsler instead.
Right.
Obviously not this season, but I'm just talking in general.
Yeah.
So I think that's how it should be, where the fans can still vote for the collection of players, but then the managers and coaches have the ultimate
see that.
decision on who they want to pick from that small pool. What about every team gets a representative thing?
I agree with that too. Because
like that?
Yeah, this whole it counts. For the World Series. What if that team does, just step it up in the second half? Like let's say the Cubs or Sox, they step it up. It's not going to happen, but they just get it going second half and they make the playoffs in that wild card game.
See, that's funny because your exact reasoning for why you like it is why I don't like it.
Really?
I think the fact that it counts should mean that nobody should steal a spot over a more deserving player.
Yeah.
Because we see it every year. Someone from Houston will get picked. Someone from Miami will get picked when someone else who's better, more qualified, has to sit because of that rule. So I'm thinking if it counts for something, you better have the best damn players on that field representing you. Because, all right, I can't even think of what Houston player got picked. Do you remember?
I haven't even, no.
I mean, it was
I didn't
somebody. I can't remember who it was. But you think he cares if they win that game?
No.
Think he's going out there saying, "Oh man, I hope we get World Series advantage"? No, he doesn't care.
He doesn't care. And
you want players on your team who all are in the same fight, who are all caring to get that spot.
Right. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
That's why I don't like it. All right, let's take a break. When we come back from the break, we will talk some headlines coming up, including Wimbledon record, not a record, but a long-standing drought that was just nixed, and Rex Ryan, what he's doing in Pamplona.
Rex Ryan in the news.
All that coming up.
Big news with Rusty the Railcat. Breaking news.
I'm going to try not to laugh when you read this story because I know you know him.
Yes.
But
sad news for Rusty, and we'll be back. AM 1230 WJLB at Sports Jam. Welcome back to the Sports Jam, AM 1230 WJOB. We got some headlines.
Yeah, let's talk some headlines. What do you got for us, Mike?
Headlines, we got Everett Golson in the news today. He will return in the spring. He was suspended for the 2013 season back in May for quote-unquote poor academic judgment. So he will be returning to school in 2014, hopefully on the team in the fall of next year. So we'll see if he even plays.
Yeah, I'm wondering how that's all going to shake out. I know I heard something about DeVaris Daniels was involved in that, in the
The poor academic
yeah,
judgment.
yeah. Well, I'm thinking the plagiarism. That's the word I was trying to find there. Plagiarism. I heard that they plagiarized together, so I don't know if DeVaris Daniels has been ruled upon yet, or if that was just a wild rumor.
Anything about
But
him.
hopefully Golson comes back next year and he's ready to go and he keeps up with his conditioning and all that stuff.
Absolutely. Andy Murray wins the Wimbledon, the first British man since 1936. You know who won that game?
I'm gonna say Fred Perry.
Fred Perry, because he had it written down.
No.
No, yeah. He wins Wimbledon over Novak Djokovic.
Yeah, Djokovic put one into the net to clinch it for Andy Murray on the fourth deuce point. You know what that is, right?
Yeah, sure. I didn't.
Neither do I.
Neither did. Butler names Brandon Miller their head coach. Miller was a 2003 graduate, a former point guard and assistant coach. He replaces Brad Stevens, who went left for the Boston Celtics. Rex Ryan is in the news. What's up with him?
Yeah, Rex Ryan ran with the Bulls in Pamplona. Someone posted a picture on Twitter with him. Rex was wearing a red shirt, a red belt, and a red bandana around his neck. Mm-hmm. Seems like the wrong colors to wear. Seems like colors I wouldn't wear.
No, I wouldn't be wearing that.
Bulls, don't they
Exactly.
charge after red colors?
I believe so.
I'd wear a red cape, so that way when the bull comes at me, I could olay him or something. But it's kind of interesting, Rex Ryan, now that he's skinny. A couple years ago, Rex Ryan would be one of the Bulls running at people. He was that big.
Yeah, he was.
But now skinny Rex apparently wants to run with the Bulls.
Getting in shape. I'm sure his 40-yard dash is going up, too, as well.
Would you ever run with the Bulls if you had the opportunity?
No, I wouldn't. You?
No.
No.
I don't even have the motivation to run on a treadmill.
Yeah.
Let alone run with
here.
bulls behind me with their giant horns piercing me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think I'm about to do that.
No.
And I'm not going to wear red if I did.
No, absolutely not. I wouldn't either.
I would wear my go-go gadget rappel to the top of the building once they come at me.
All right, we got some breaking news. Rusty the Railcat on June 27th.
I got to turn my mic off for this.
Because you're going to laugh.
Yeah.
He's getting an MRI. He was injured on June 27th. And in a text message, I asked him, hey, what happened? He goes, just hurt right now, and he's waiting on his MRI. And he was standing on a rail, and his right knee buckled, and he fell off. He's getting that MRI, so hopefully, Rusty, I know you personally. I was with you on Friday night. I wish you all the best in your recovery. Get out there as soon as you can. And there is a fill-in, Rusty, right now.
I apologize because I know he's a human being, but it's just the idea of a mascot in my head getting injured, regardless of who's inside the costume, just makes me laugh.
Yeah, I agree.
I apologize. All right.
Yeah, so, Rusty, good luck to you. Get off those crutches, and best of luck. Yeah. So that'll do it here. For the Sports Jam on AM 1230, I am Mike Zajac. We will see you tomorrow. Joe O'Rourke, you'll be here?
Yep, I'll be here the rest of the week. I'll have Monday and Tuesday off next week, but
right.
Sam will hopefully be back.
That
I
boy
guess,
will be back, hopefully.
from his vacation to wherever.
Sounds good. Wherever he went.
Yep.
So, Rusty, let's go. Recover.
Wish you
soon.
the best of luck, Rusty.
We will see you tomorrow, AM 1230 WJOB.